What if everything you thought was falling apart was actually falling into place? What if the confusion, the chaos, the restlessness you've been feeling wasn't something to fix, but something to follow? See, most people think change comes like a storm, sudden and loud, but real transformation, it starts in silence, with whispers of feeling that something is off. That life as you know it is no longer enough. And here's the truth. No one tells you. You don't need all the answers right now. You just need to notice. Because when your soul starts to stir, when the world around you starts to shift, it's not random. It's a calling. And if you're hearing it, you're already on the path. Let's walk it together. Here are 8 powerful signs that your life is about to change forever. Sign 1. A deep sense of restlessness. You ever wake up and feel like something's just off? The life you built, the job you once chased, the friendships you used to cherish, the habits that gave you comfort, they suddenly feel hollow, like you're walking through a life that doesn't fit anymore. And maybe you can't explain it. You're not exactly unhappy, but you're not at peace either. It's like something inside you is knocking quietly at first, then louder. That's not boredom. That's not burnout. That's your soul stirring your inner daemon, as the Stoics called it, the guiding voice within you that knows when it's time to grow. And here's what most people don't realize. When you start to feel restless, it's not because something's wrong with you. It's because something is waking up inside you. This feeling isn't here to break you. It's here to liberate you. But if you ignore it, if you try to numb it with distractions, overworking, or pretending everything's fine, life won't stay quiet. It'll push harder. Things will start falling apart, not because the universe is cruel, but because it's trying to shake you out of a life that no longer serves you. You might feel like you're losing control, but really, you're losing the illusion of control. And what's waiting on the other side of that is your next chapter. So don't run from the restlessness. Sit with it, listen to it, because it's not a problem to fix. It's a signal that you're ready to evolve. Sign 2. You're losing people rapidly. Have you noticed people slipping away lately? Friends who once felt like family go quiet. People who said they'd always be there vanish. Some walk away gently. Others leave with chaos, arguments, betrayal, distance that feels sharp and sudden. And at first, it hurts. You ask yourself, what did I do wrong? You replay every conversation, every moment, trying to make sense of the silence. But let me tell you something. The Stoics knew well. This isn't rejection. It's refinement. No man steps in the same river twice, Heraclitus said, and the Stoics echoed this truth. You're not who you used to be, and not everyone is meant to walk with you through the waters of your growth. Sometimes people exit your life not because you failed, but because your energy no longer matches theirs. They were part of your last chapter, not your next. And I know it's tempting to chase, to reach out, to fix what's breaking. But the truth is, some connections were only meant to last as long as the old version of you. And now that you're changing, they can't come with you, it's not cruelty, it's clarity. So let them go. Grieve if you need to, but don't beg for closeness. That's already fading. Because when the universe prepares you for something greater, it clears the path. It removes what's heavy, what's false, what can't survive in your next level. Think of it like this. You're climbing a mountain. You don't carry dead weight to the summit. And the ones who are truly meant for you, they won't leave. They'll grow with you. They'll meet you on higher ground. This isn't the end of your relationships. It's the beginning of real ones. Let the falling away. Make space for what's true, what's strong, and what's next. Sign 3. Strange synchronicities keep happening. Ever notice how some things keep repeating? Like the universe is trying to get your attention. You check the time. 11. 11. Again. You hear a word in conversation, and then it shows up in a book, on a billboard, in a dream. You think of someone, and they call you 5 minutes later. At first, it feels like coincidence, but deep down, something stirs. It feels too perfect, too aligned, too timely. And here's where Stoic wisdom steps in. The Stoics didn't believe in randomness. They believed in nature, a rational, interconnected order that governs everything. What looks like coincidence, it might be nature nudging you forward. These synchronicities, they're not noise, they're signals, not just to be seen, but to be felt. And if you're noticing them more often, it means your awareness is sharpening. You're waking up. You're beginning to see the patterns that most people sleep through. But here's the key. Don't just admire the signs, follow them. Ask yourself, what was I thinking about when I saw that number? What decision was on my heart? When that random encounter happened, these moments are like arrows on a hidden map, guiding you not with words, but with alignment. And the more you ignore them, the louder they get. That's the thing about change. It starts gently, but if you don't listen to the whisper, life will send the storm. So lean in, pay attention. Because when the signs start showing up everywhere, it means something bigger is coming, and you're being guided whether you realize it or not. Before we jump into sign 4, take a moment to do me a small favor. Hit like, subscribe, and share this message. Your simple action can help more people who are struggling with this issue find the content they need. Thank you for being a part of this. Sign 4. Unexpected opportunities appear. Sometimes the moment you stop chasing, something finds you. You're going through the motions. Same routine, same thoughts, and then out of nowhere, boom, a random message, a job offer you weren't looking for, a connection that feels like it dropped from the sky, an idea so strong it grabs you by the heart and refuses to let go. And your first thought, this is too good to be true. Why now? Am I even ready for this? But here's what the Stoics would remind you. The perfect moment isn't something you wait for. It's something you choose to step into, even if you're scared, even if you're unsure, especially if you're unsure. Because when life opens a door, it doesn't stand open forever. Hesitate too long and it closes, not to punish you, but because opportunity doesn't wait, it invites. And then it moves on. See, fate favors the prepared. But being prepared doesn't mean having everything figured out. It means being willing. It means recognizing that something meaningful has arrived and daring to respond. You might not feel ready, but readiness isn't a feeling. It's a decision. So the next time something unexpected shows up in your life, an offer, an opening, a quiet whisper of this might be the moment. Don't ignore it. Don't drown it in doubt. Ask yourself, what if this is the turning point? What if this wasn't random, but right on time? Because sometimes the life you've been waiting for is waiting on you. Sign 5. You feel a sudden urge to start something new. Ever get that strange, undeniable pull to do something completely different? Maybe it hits you out of the blue. You want to move somewhere new. Pick up a skill you've never thought about. Start a project that makes no logical sense but feels deeply right. You can't explain it. There's no clear why, but something inside you is nudging, whispering, go. Most people brush that off. They talk themselves out of it. It's not the right time. I don't know where it'll lead. I should just stick to what's safe. But the Stoics would tell you that impulse isn't foolish, it's sacred. It's prohairesis, your inner will aligning with the natural flow of life. It's your future self, reaching back through time, leaving you breadcrumbs. And here's the thing, those urges don't show up by accident. They arrive right when you're ready for more, even if your mind hasn't caught up yet. The soul knows before the schedule does. The inner compass shifts before the calendar gives permission. So when that urge hits, don't smother it with logic. Don't wait for every condition to be perfect. That nudge, it's not noise, it's guidance. Because if you ignore it, life will keep poking at you. The job will feel emptier. The routine will feel heavier. The restlessness will grow louder. But if you listen, if you lean into that spark, that's where transformation begins. So, whatever's calling you, that class, that trip, that idea that keeps coming back, it's not a distraction, it's direction. Answer it. Sign 6. Obstacles are everywhere. You make the plan, you take the step, and suddenly everything starts to fall apart. Opportunities slip through your fingers. People let you down. Your timing feels off. Doors that once opened easily now slam shut. And you wonder, why is this happening? Am I going the wrong way? But here's what the Stoics would tell you, gently but firmly. The obstacle is the way life isn't pushing you back, it's preparing you. You don't sharpen a blade without friction. You don't build strength without resistance. And you don't become who you're meant to be without being tested. See, right before every breakthrough, there's always pressure, chaos, disruption, doubt. Not because you're failing, but because something greater is forming within you. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. The struggle isn't blocking your path. It is your path. It's shaping you, clearing out what no longer serves you, teaching you what comfort never could. And yes, it's hard. It's messy. Sometimes it feels like everything's falling apart. But what if it's not? What if everything is falling into place, just not in the way you expected? Hold the line. Keep showing up. Not because it's easy, but because this resistance is revealing who you really are. You're not being punished. You're being forged. Sign 7. You begin seeing the truth clearly. At some point, the fog lifts, and you start seeing things, really seeing them. The friend who only shows up when it benefits them. The relationship that drains more than it gives. The job that once felt like purpose now feels like a slow death. It hits hard because once you see it, you can't unsee it. You start noticing the fake smiles, the half-hearted words, the silent competition behind false praise, and you ask yourself, has it always been this way? The answer, probably yes, but now you're awake. This is the raw, sometimes brutal gift of clarity. And the Stoics, they didn't run from it. They leaned into it. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If someone can prove me wrong, I will change. For truth is what I seek the truth, by which no one was ever truly harmed." See, truth doesn't always feel good, but it will free you. And once it arrives, you're faced with a choice. Do I keep pretending? Do I stay in comfort? Or do I start making the hard, necessary moves? This part of the journey is lonely because shedding illusions also means shedding what was built on them. But here's the thing. You're not losing your life. You're reclaiming it. You're not turning cold. You're becoming clear. You're not breaking down. You're waking up. So trust what you see, even if it hurts. Because seeing the truth is only step 1, step 2. Living like you believe it. Sign 8. You feel peace in the middle of the chaos. Everything around you is shifting. Plans are falling apart. People are leaving. The life you once relied on feels like it's slipping through your fingers. And yet, deep inside, you're calm. Not because everything is going right, but because you've stopped resisting what's meant to be. That stillness you feel, it's not denial, it's alignment. The Stoics understood this peace not as a luxury, but as a byproduct of trust. Trust in the unfolding of nature, trust in your own ability to meet life as it is, not as you wish it to be. When you stop clinging to what's crumbling, when you stop fighting to make the old life fit, you create space for something new to rise. And that peace, that calm in the center of the storm, it's your soul whispering, "This is the path, keep going." Most people panic when things fall apart. They try to glue the pieces back together. They beg life to rewind, but not you. Because somewhere inside, you know, this isn't the end, it's the opening. Peace in the chaos means you're no longer at war with change. You're allowing, you're trusting, you're rooted in something deeper than circumstance. And that's not just peace, That's power. So if the world around you feels unstable, but your heart is steady, you're not broken, you're becoming whole. So, have you noticed these signs not just once or twice, but again and again, like life is whispering, pay attention? If even one of them stirred something inside you, you're not breaking down, you're breaking through. This is the Stoic path, not the absence of chaos, but the ability to remain centered within it, not the escape from pain, but the power to rise above it with clarity, courage, and calm. Remember, transformation rarely announces itself with comfort. It comes disguised as restlessness, loss, friction, truth. But if you have the eyes to see and the heart to trust, you'll realize this isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of who you were always meant to become. So, take a breath, stand tall, and turn the page. Your next chapter is already waiting. If this video spoke to something inside you, if it helped you feel a little more steady, a little more clear, then consider subscribing, not because you have to, but because you're on a path, and you shouldn't have to walk it alone. Here on the Stoic path, we're building something simple but powerful, a community of grounded minds, open hearts, and unshakable spirits. So stay close. There's more wisdom ahead, and I'd be honored to walk it with you.